There comes a moment in life when you realize something painful. You're invisible, not because you lack talent, not because you lack intelligence, but because no one expects anything from you. They don't ask your opinion. They don't check on your dreams. They don't see your potential. And slowly, you start wondering if maybe they're right. But listen carefully. Some of the most unstoppable people in history were once ignored, doubted, dismissed, and underestimated. This audiobook is not about proving others wrong. It's about reinventing yourself so completely that doubt no longer has access to you. If you feel unseen, unheard, or underestimated, this message is for you. The pain of being invisible. Being invisible hurts in a way that's hard to explain. It's not loud pain. It's quiet, persistent, heavy. You show up, but no one notices. You try, but no one acknowledges it. You dream, but no one takes you seriously. And over time, invisibility does something dangerous. It teaches you to shrink. You stop speaking up. You stop sharing ideas. You stop believing your voice matters. But invisibility is not a verdict. It's a starting point. Because when no one is watching, you are free to rebuild without pressure. No expectations, no labels, no audience, just you and who you choose to become. Why no one believes in you? Let's be honest. Most people don't doubt you because they know your limits. They doubt you because they project their own. People fear change, especially when it reminds them of what they never tried. When you decide to grow, you threaten the comfort of those who stayed the same. So they say things like, be realistic. That's not for people like us. You're aiming too high. But here's the truth no one tells you. Belief is not a requirement for success. Action is. History is filled with people who moved forward alone long before applause arrived. Stop seeking validation. One of the biggest mistakes invisible people make is waiting for permission, waiting for encouragement, waiting for approval, waiting for someone to finally say, I believe in you. But validation is a trap. If you need others to believe in you, you hand them control over your future. Reinvention begins the moment you stop explaining yourself. You don't need to announce your plans. You don't need to convince anyone. You don't need to defend your ambition. Move in silence. Let confusion be your camouflage. Let discipline be your language. Reinvention starts in solitude. Every transformation begins alone. Before strength is visible, it's built privately. Reinvention is not about becoming someone else. It's about returning to who you were before fear taught you to play small. Ask yourself, who do I become when no one is watching? What habits shape my future quietly? What am I avoiding because it's uncomfortable? Invisible seasons are training grounds. This is where you build skills no one claps for, wake up early without praise, stay consistent without recognition. This is where unstoppable people are born. Discipline over motivation. Motivation fades. Discipline doesn't care how you feel. If you want to reinvent yourself, you must outgrow emotional dependence. You show up tired. You show up doubting. You show up anyway. Discipline is choosing your future over your current comfort. Every rep, every page, every failure, they stack quietly until one day, the world calls it overnight success. Becoming unstoppable. Unstoppable people are not fearless. They are familiar with fear, but refuse to negotiate with it. They don't wait until confidence arrives. They act first. Confidence follows. Being unstoppable means you no longer ask, what if I fail? You ask, what if I never try? You stop seeing rejection as a stop sign and start seeing it as redirection. You stop chasing approval and start building alignment. And suddenly, you're no longer invisible. Not because people changed, but because you did. Your reinvention begins now. If no one believes in you right now, good. That means you have nothing to lose and everything to build. You are not behind. You are not late. You are early in a story that hasn't revealed its power yet. Reinvent yourself quietly. Grow relentlessly. Act consistently. And one day, they won't ask who you are. They'll ask how you did it. The sting of rejection. Rejection hurts because it feels personal. You put your heart into something and it gets dismissed. You show effort and it's ignored. You step forward and the door stays closed. And after enough rejection, you start asking dangerous questions. What's wrong with me? Why am I never enough? Why does everyone else get ahead? But rejection is not proof of failure. It's proof of direction. Every closed door is life forcing you to become stronger before you move forward. Rejection doesn't mean stop. It means adapt. It means sharpen. It means prepare. Why doubt hits harder when it comes from close? People strangers, doubting you is easy to ignore. But when it comes from people close to you, family, friends, co-workers, it cuts deeper because you expect support from them. And when they doubt you, it feels like betrayal. But understand this, people closest to you are often the most afraid of your change. Your growth disrupts familiar roles. Your ambition challenges their comfort. So they doubt you not because they want you to fail, but because they don't know how to handle who you're becoming. This is where emotional maturity begins. You stop resenting them. You stop explaining yourself. You move forward anyway. Stop trying to be understood. One of the biggest energy drains is trying to make people understand you. You explain your goals. You justify your decisions. You defend your ambition. And still, they don't get it. That's because understanding is not guaranteed. Results are. The moment you stop explaining is the moment you reclaim your power. You don't need approval to stay disciplined. You don't need agreement to stay focused. Let your progress speak. Silence is not avoidance. Silence is confidence. Using doubt as fuel. Doubt can break you if you internalize it, but if you flip it, it becomes fuel. Every doubt becomes a reminder. I'll show myself what I'm capable of. Not them, not the world, yourself. You don't need revenge success. You need personal alignment. Use doubt to train harder, focus deeper, stay consistent longer. Let it sharpen you. Let it toughen you. Let it remind you why you started. Loneliness on the path to growth. There's a stage in growth that no one warns you about. Loneliness. People fall away. Conversations change. Your circle gets quieter. Not because you're better than them, but because you're no longer the same. Loneliness doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It often means you're doing something right. Growth requires separation. This is where self-trust is built. This is where independence forms. This is where you learn how to stand alone without falling apart. Mental toughness is built here. Mental toughness isn't built when things are easy. It's built when progress is slow, results are invisible, effort feels unrewarded. This is where most people quit. Not because they can't succeed, but because they can't tolerate the silence. You must learn to work without feedback, to stay disciplined without motivation, to believe in your process without evidence. This is what separates those who dream from those who transform. Stop measuring yourself against others. Comparison drains focus. Someone will always be ahead. Someone will always move faster, but their timeline has nothing to do with yours. Your only competition is who you were yesterday. Every small improvement matters. Every consistent effort counts. Stay in your lane. Speed doesn't matter if direction is right. Becoming unbreakable at some point, something shifts. Doubt still exists, but it no longer controls you. Rejection still happens, but it doesn't stop you. You become unbreakable not because life gets easier, but because you get stronger. You stop chasing validation. You stop fearing judgment. You stop waiting. You move forward with quiet certainty. Final message, turn it into power. They doubted you. Good. Let it refine you. Let it focus you. Let it build a version of you that doesn't need permission to move forward. You don't need everyone to believe in you. You just need to keep going. And one day the same doubt that tried to stop you will be the reason you never quit. Closing. If this audiobook resonated with you, stay connected for more. Your growth is happening, even when no one